You're not the hero. You're not the savior. You're not the one they cry for when the sky cracks open and the world starts bleeding. You're the poison in their tea. They sip, they smile, then they rot from the inside out. And they never see it coming. Because you didn't walk in like a storm, you crept in. Quiet, calculated, corrosive. You are the war they didn't prepare for. Stop pretending you were born to be liked. You were forged in silence, hardened by betrayal, molded by nights that choked the air out of your lungs and still expected you to breathe. Comfort? That's for the weak, for the ones still clutching. Hope like it's a teddy bear. You set that comfort on fire and danced in the ashes. Because you knew from the beginning, the world only respects one thing: power. And not the kind that smiles and plays nice, no. The kind that infects, the kind that spreads, the kind that devours. You are the plague in their palace. You don't walk in with peace. You invade. You destroy illusions. You make them feel what they've been running from. You are not welcome. You are unavoidable. Look at the people around you. They don't fear you because of what you've done. They fear what you're capable of, because they can't predict you, can't tame you, can't stop the quiet war you bring. You're not here to be liked. You're here to be remembered. And the remembered, they aren't always loved. They're feared, they're hated, but they're never ignored. This world didn't hand you a sword. It gave you wounds. It gave you scars. It taught you how to make your fists bleed before they ever learned to clench. You didn't ask to be dangerous. They made you that way. Every lie, every betrayal, every silence, that wasn't a setback. That was fuel. Fuel for the fire you keep behind your eyes, the one that never dies. So here's the truth they don't want to hear. You are not the problem. You are the punishment. The reckoning. The whisper that becomes a scream in their bones. They sip. They laugh. They think you're safe, and then they choke. You were never meant to blend in. You were meant to infect the system, to dismantle it from the inside, to smile while you feed them the very thing that burns them alive. You are not one of them. You are the enemy they created, and they'll never admit it. But they need you. They need the storm. They need the purge. Because deep down, even sheep crave the wolf. Even kings need chaos. Even gods bleed. So don't hold back. Don't dim yourself to fit inside their coffin of comfort. Crack it open, rip off the lid, and drag them into the fire with you. Let them taste what they birthed. Let them suffer on the venom they once called weakness. You are that poison in their tea. And now, it's too late. They already drank you in. They've been feeding you lies since the day you learned to crawl. Be nice. Stay humble. Wait your turn. Good things come to those who wait. Bullshit. You don't get fed by waiting. You don't get free by being nice. And you sure as hell don't win by staying humble while everyone else devours what you were starving for. They want you obedient, tame, docile. They want your fire bottled up, labeled too much, too loud, too intense. They want you guilty for being powerful, for having that edge, that hunger, that refusal to die quietly. But here's the poison you've swallowed, and it's killing you slowly. You believe you have to earn the right to be dangerous. They told you you're not ready, that you have to prove yourself first to them, to some system, to some imaginary scoreboard that was never designed for you to win. Let me say it loud and raw. You don't owe anyone Charlotte, not your silence, not your patience, not your time, waiting in line behind people who've done less and gotten more. You've been brainwashed into believing your rage is wrong, that your pain is a liability, that your scars make you broken. No. Your rage is your weapon, your pain is your armor, your scars. They're the map. Proof you've been to hell and didn't stay there. but they'd rather you forget that. They need you soft. They need you to think you're not enough. Because the moment you realize what you are, you become unstoppable. They told you to trust the process, that it takes time, that it's not your turn. Well, let me burn that lie down right now. There is no turn when you make your own warpath. Success doesn't come. You hunt it. You drag it back bleeding. You put your boot on its neck and dare it to run again. But they'll never teach you that, because that would mean empowering you. And a mind like yours, if unleashed, becomes a threat, a virus, a revolution wrapped in skin. So they distract you. They feed you stories, tell you to manifest, tell you to be grateful for the crumbs falling from tables you were never invited to. They build a nice little cage, call it stability, and hand you the keys like a gift, knowing damn well the door was never locked. You were always free, you just forgot how to kick it open. They teach you to doubt yourself, to wait for validation. Let me ask you this. From who? The people who gave up on themselves? The ones who sleepwalk through life choking on mediocrity? The ones who looked at a battlefield and chose to be bystanders? No, you are not like them. And every time you try to shrink to their size, you betray the beast that's been clawing to get out of you. That voice inside you that says, "This isn't enough." That's not greed. That's truth. That's your soul screaming that it wasn't made for chains. But you believed the lie, that you're too damaged, too chaotic, too loud, too dark. They said you were poison. Then stop trying to taste like sugar, be the venom, be the curse, be the reckoning, because here's what they'll never admit. They need the poison. They need the ones who burn the rule book, the ones who tear the system down with bare hands and bloody teeth. Because without you, nothing changes. Without you, they all stay asleep, sucking on the pacifier of comfort while the world dies quietly around them. You are not too much. You're exactly what this dead world needs. So stop swallowing that lie that says you need permission. You don't. You were born with the permission, you just forgot to use it. You keep waiting for the right time, the perfect moment, when the stars align and all the doors open on their own. Newsflash, that moment doesn't exist. You make your own moment. You rip open the doors. And if there's no door, you kick down the damn wall. Stop playing polite in a war zone. This is life and death. This is your name etched in stone or lost in the wind. Every second you wait, someone else takes what should have been yours. Every time you hesitate, you hand over your power like a sacrifice. And the gods? They don't bless the passive. They crown the relentless. So here's the new gospel. Stop waiting. Start conquering. Stop asking. Start taking. The lie you believed is dead now. You just killed it. With every word, with every breath. From this point on, there is no more permission. There is only possession. There is only domination. There is only you. Unleashed, unapologetic, unfiltered. You're not just the poison in their tea. You're the truth they were too weak to sip. Now let it spread. You want the truth? You want reality? Brace yourself, because here it comes. No sugar, no cushion, no padding. This world doesn't care about your struggle. It doesn't care about your pain. It doesn't care about the nights you fought to keep your breath, the times you cried in silence, the weight you carry every single day. This world only respects what you can take. You've been fed lies, promises of a soft landing. People have told you that if you just work hard enough, you'll make it. If you're just kind enough, things will change. If you just wait your turn, your ship will come in. But here's the truth that burns like acid. The world doesn't owe you shit. Not a damn thing. It will chew you up, break you down, and laugh while it does. It will strip away your comforts, your excuses, your safety nets, and if you're lucky, it'll give you a fight worth surviving. But more likely, it'll leave you face down, gasping for air, while you beg for mercy. So stop asking for fairness. It's a joke, a mirage, a dead dream you've been chasing for too long. Here's the raw truth. You're not special. You're not unique. Not in the way they sold you on. Not in the way your parents told you, your teachers told you, your friends told you. You are not exempt from the rules of the game. You are just like everyone else, scrambling for scraps, fighting for dominance, clawing for something worth living for. But here's where it gets real. If you want to survive this, if you want to break out of this suffocating mediocrity, you have to stop thinking like everyone else. You have to burn your illusions to the ground. You've been told that there's a good way to do things, a moral code that'll protect you, guide you, keep you safe. You've been told that if you work hard enough, everything will fall into place. They're lying to you. The ones who say do it this way are the same ones who have already given up. They've chosen the easy road, the road of mediocrity, of safety, of playing by the rules. But here's the truth, raw and savage. The rules were never designed for you to win. They were designed to keep you in line, to control you, to turn you into one of them. And you've swallowed it. You've swallowed the illusion that you need to be liked to succeed, that you need to be acceptable to make an impact, that you need permission to make your mark. You've been lied to, and you're still playing by the lies, and that's why you're stuck. That's why you're still standing in the same place, still fighting the same battle, still wrestling with the same demons. Here's the brutal truth. You've been waiting for a sign that will never come. You've been waiting for the perfect moment, for the universe to open a door, for someone to give you permission. And the universe? It's laughing, because you already have everything. You need to crush the system. But you're waiting for a red carpet that'll never be rolled out. You're waiting for the stars to align, for fate to swoop in and grant you everything you think you deserve. No one is coming. This is the part that hurts. The part that strips you naked. The part that forces you to face the hardest truth of all. You are alone in this. The world is not going to hand you anything. Your friends won't be there when you need them most. Your family can't fight your battles. Your co-workers, they're just as afraid as you are. The only thing standing between you and the life you want is you. And it's time to stop blaming the system, the world, or anyone else for your lack of progress. The truth is simple. If you don't fight for it, you'll die waiting for it. So what are you going to do? Sit around and play the victim? Or are you going to tear down every barrier that's keeping you from what's yours? You've been waiting for a savior, for someone to come and rescue you. But there is no savior. There is only you. And that's the part that burns the most, isn't it? The truth is, you've been hiding from the only person who can save you, yourself. You've been hoping for an easy way out, hoping for a shortcut, a map to success, a path where the pain isn't real, where the work isn't brutal. You've been waiting for everything to fall into place. But guess what? It won't. It never will. And deep down, you know it. You've known it all along. But here's the deal, you have a choice. You can keep living the lie. Keep waiting for the world to change. Keep waiting for someone to give you what you think you deserve. Or you can embrace the truth. Embrace the war. Embrace the struggle. Because that's where the power is. In the struggle, in the blood, in the pain. You don't get to become who you're meant to be by playing nice. You don't get to reach the top by waiting your turn. You don't get to win by being comfortable. You win by fighting. You win by sacrificing. You win by bleeding. You win by showing up every single day, no matter how hard it gets. And that's The cold, ugly truth. That's what no one told you. But you're ready now, aren't you? Ready to fight. Ready to bleed. Ready to become the war that's coming for everything you've ever wanted. Because if you don't fight, you'll die, waiting. And that's a fate worse than anything the world could throw at you. What happens when you do nothing? When you sit back and watch life pass you by? When you think you can stand on the sidelines and hope that somehow, by sheer luck, you'll be granted a chance to play? Here's the brutal truth. You die. You die on the inside over and over again. You shrivel into nothing, suffocated by your own inaction. And no one will care. Your dreams? Gone. Your potential? Wasted. Your legacy? Erased. The world doesn't reward the weak. It doesn't care if you're tired. It doesn't care if you've been through hell and back. It doesn't care if you feel broken, if you feel lost, if you feel like you don't have the strength to push one more inch. It doesn't care. What the world cares about is power. It cares about who's pushing forward, who's breaking through the walls, who's hungry enough to take what's theirs, no matter the cost. So you have two choices. You can sit there hoping for a miracle, hoping that someone will throw you a lifeline. Or you can look at the consequences of weakness. You can look at the wreckage that inaction leaves behind. Let's make this crystal clear. If you don't fight for what you want, if you don't claw your way to the top, if you keep hesitating and making excuses, you will die in the exact same place you're standing right now. And it won't be a quick death. No, this will be slow. A suffocating, agonizing death where every ounce of your potential is drained from you until there's nothing left but emptiness. Every time you tell yourself later, you're feeding that death. Every time you push aside the work, push aside the pain, push aside the hunger, you're putting the knife in your own chest. You're not the victim. You're the executioner. Your weakness will become your own prison. You will be trapped in a cell of your own making. And the bars? They're not real. They're just the lies you've swallowed, the excuses you've embraced, the fear you've given more power than it deserves. Every time you give in to comfort, every time you let fear dictate your choices, you build another wall between you and what you were meant to be. And the worst part? You don't even know you're doing it. You think you're playing it safe. You think you're just trying to avoid failure. No, you're not avoiding failure. You're embracing mediocrity. You're signing the death warrant for your potential. You're agreeing to stay small, stay weak, stay irrelevant. And if you're okay with that, then go ahead. Stay comfortable. Stay in your little box. But don't you dare ask for sympathy when the world moves on without you. When everyone else takes what you could have had. When everyone else rises and you're left in the ashes of your own cowardice. Because that's the reality. If you don't act, you will lose. And not just lose the battle. You will lose yourself. You will lose your identity, your purpose, your reason for even waking up in the morning. You'll look in the mirror one day, and what will you see? A stranger. Someone who let opportunities slip through their fingers. Someone who waited for the right time, and now it's too late. No one will remember the people who waited. No one will care about the ones who stood still, who played it safe. The world only remembers the ones who took action, the ones who didn't hesitate, the ones who forged their own path. What's worse than failure? Regret. The soul-crushing, mind-numbing regret of knowing you could have been more. You could have done more, and yet you didn't. You'll never forget the moments you could have seized but didn't. The choices you could have made. The risks you could have taken. The chances you passed up because you were too scared, too lazy, too afraid to just move. You're not just a failure when you don't act, you're a waste. A waste of potential, a waste of time, a waste of life. You don't deserve a second chance if you can't even take the first one. Now let me make this clear. You can't blame anyone for this but yourself. You can't blame your upbringing. You can't blame your past. You can't blame your circumstances. You can't blame anyone but the person you see in the mirror. If you're still standing still, if you're still hiding behind excuses, if you're still waiting for something to change, it's not the world that's holding you back. It's you. And guess what? That person is a failure. Because nothing is going to change until you change. Nothing is going to shift until you decide to shift. Nothing is going to improve until you stop sitting on your ass and take what's yours. You will pay the price for weakness. And that price? It's your life, your future, your chance at greatness. So stop sitting there, pretending like time is on your side. Stop thinking that the world will wait for you to wake up to finally get it. It won't. It never does. And it never will. The consequences of weakness are clear. If you don't fight, you will die. And it won't be a quick death. It'll be slow. It'll be painful. It'll eat you alive from the inside out. But you have a choice right now. You can keep giving in to fear. You can keep sitting in your weakness. Or you can burn it all down. You can rise from the ashes. You can destroy the lies and the excuses. You can turn that weakness into strength. The war is on, and you have a decision to make. Do you hear it? The sound of your heart pounding in your chest, the echo of your own soul, screaming for something more, the fire that's been smoldering, waiting for you to stop playing safe, waiting for you to wake the hell up and unleash it. This is the moment, the turning point, the place where you either rise or you die, where you either break free from the chains of your own making or you stay locked in that cage begging for a way out that won't come. Now look at what you've been through. Look at the lies you've swallowed. Look at the fear that's held you down, kept you small, kept you from stepping into the power that's been in you the whole time. The truth is, you've been hiding. You've been hiding from your own potential, hiding from the raw, untapped force that's been waiting to break free. And why? Because you've been told to. Because you've been conditioned to stay small. Because you've been fed a steady diet of excuses, of good enough, of one day. You've been playing by the rules that kept you safe, that kept you comfortable. But comfort is a prison. Comfort is the enemy. Comfort is what keeps you in chains. But you're done with comfort. You're done with waiting. You're done with pretending like there's time to waste. Because you know deep down, that time isn't waiting for you. It's not pausing to give you a second chance. It's running out, faster than you're willing to admit. And that's why this moment matters. Because this is where you choose to rise. This is where you choose to turn everything around. This is where you stop being the victim. Stop being the excuse machine. Stop hiding in fear, and you become the warrior, the beast, the one who takes no prisoners. This is your fight. This is your war, and it starts now. No more distractions. No more waiting for the right moment. There is no right moment. There is only this moment. And if you don't grab it with both hands, if you don't seize it with everything in you, then you've already lost. You have the power to change. You have the power to become the thing that people fear. You have the power to rip through your own limitations, to shatter every glass ceiling that's ever been placed above you. But here's the thing you need to understand. Deep in your soul, you will bleed. This is not a smooth ride. This is not about easy wins or quick fixes. This is war. And in war, you will face pain. You will face doubt. You will face challenges that make you question everything you thought you knew about yourself. But guess what? That's the price of greatness. That's the price of becoming the person you were always meant to be. So stop waiting for a sign. Stop waiting for someone to push you. Stop waiting for the world to recognize you. You are the sign. You are the one who needs to make the first move. Every day you spend waiting is a day you will never get back. Every moment you waste is a moment you could have used to fight for your future. Every excuse you make is another inch closer to the death of your potential. But it doesn't have to be this way. You have a choice right now. You can stay stuck, you can stay weak, you can stay scared, or you can rise. The truth is, you've been surviving on the bare minimum. You've been coasting on excuses, on the thought that if you just try hard enough, the world will hand you everything you deserve. That's not how this works. The world doesn't give a damn about what you think you deserve. It only cares about what you're willing to take, what you're willing to fight for, what you're willing to destroy in order to make room for your greatness. Right now, you are standing at the threshold of your own transformation. Everything you've ever wanted, everything you've ever dreamed of is within your grasp, but only if you're willing to step through the fire and claim it. This is your moment of reckoning. This is where the old version of you dies and the new one is born. This is where you stop being a prisoner of your own weakness and start becoming the force of nature that you were always meant to be. You will face the doubts. You will face the haters. You will face the failures, but you will never back down. You will never quit. This is war, and you're not here to lose. You're here to conquer. You're here to dominate. You're here to show the world that you will not be ignored. Your rise begins now. It begins with a single step. It begins with you deciding that you will no longer be a slave to your own fear. It begins with you deciding that the person you used to be, the one who waited, who hesitated, who held back, is dead. You are reborn in this moment. You are reborn in the flames of your own power. And from this day forward, there is no stopping you. Now go. Take what's yours. Fight for it. Bleed for it. Die for it if you have to. Because the world doesn't care about you playing nice. The world only cares about who wins. And you are going to be the one standing at the top. You're the poison in their tea. You're the fire they never saw coming. You're the one they'll whisper about in fear. And when you rise, they'll all know. You will not be ignored. Now go. Burn it all down. The war is yours to win. Enough. You've heard the call. You've seen the destruction. You've witnessed the consequences. Now it's time to make your choice. This is it, the final stand. There's no more waiting. No more hesitation. The clock has struck midnight. You either step into your power or you fade into the background, forever consumed by the shadows of your own fear. You see, the difference between the ones who rise and the ones who fall is simple. Action. You've been given everything you need. The truth, the power, the path, the hunger. Now, it's time to execute. No more talk. No more excuses. No more playing nice. This world doesn't wait for you. It doesn't care about your feelings, your failures, or your fears. It cares about who's willing to move. Who's willing to charge ahead and take what's theirs. And now, it's your time. You know what you want. You know what you've been craving. You know the life you're meant to lead. It's right in front of you. The world is laid out, waiting for you to claim it. But only if you're willing to. Take what's yours, forcefully. This is your moment of reckoning. There's no more second chances. No more wondering if you're capable, if you're enough. You are enough. You are more than capable. But you won't know until you act. You won't know until you get in the ring and fight. And here's the truth you've been avoiding. The only failure in this war is inaction. If you hesitate now, if you sit back, let the fear take control again, you will lose everything. You will fade into the abyss of regret, forever asking yourself why you didn't take the chance when it was right there. You think you can wait for the perfect moment? Think again. The perfect moment is a lie. There's no perfect time. There's only this time. Right now. This moment. There are no more excuses. No more waiting. No more hoping. You either show up now, or you disappear. And I'll tell you this. You're not meant to disappear. You're meant to burn. You're meant to shine so bright that no one can look away. You're meant to leave a mark that no one can erase. So I'm telling you this right now, move. Move like the storm that's been brewing inside you. Move like the beast you were born to be. Don't wait for permission. Don't wait for approval. Go. Your war doesn't end here. This is just the beginning. You are not finished. You are not defeated. You are just getting started. The world doesn't have room for weakness. It doesn't have room for uncertainty. It doesn't have room for anyone who's not willing to step forward and take control. Are you ready to dominate? Are you ready to lead? Are you ready to be the one they fear? The one they can't stop? The one who stands tall above them all? This is your command, now fight. This is your time, your rise, your war. And the world is waiting for you to take what's yours, so go. Don't look back. Don't hesitate. Don't doubt. You're not just in this fight. You're here to win. Take the throne. The world is yours for the taking. Go.